Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
Eric, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I turned 39 years old,
Yes.
still 1 year away from complete ultimate destruction.
Yes, and unfortunately, the months snuck up on me, so I don't have a great gag gift for you right now.
Oh, darn.
And I feel like a terrible friend because you gave me a whole atheist for my birthday.
Yes, Hein.
Hein. So that was my 40th birthday. So next year is your 40th birthday. So today I commit, on your 40th birthday, I will gift you 2 atheists.
2 atheists.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Does Goku believe in God?
I mean, I'm gonna have to do some research to figure out
Make sure there's an atheist.
who the two atheists that I get you.
Well, thank you.
Are going to be. So
I appreciate
please
that.
Please look forward to it.
Pay it forward.
Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I recorded?
I would.
Okay. Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic Japanese role-playing games chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 4, Part 2, Suikoden 2. It's been a great time. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Eric. Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, nice to see you again. It's been a while since we've gathered here in the basement. We are also gathered with the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can do this at patreon.com/retroam. Get all the stuff.
We are also joined by the FakeNet, our post-production AI companion, and the person who taught Ulala all her sweet dance moves in Space Channel 5.
Initializing FakeNet.
I admire you, Lala. Much like myself, she's ready to start the show, no matter what happens.
Oh, Eric, did you get your Dreamcast out again? Is that the problem here?
What do you mean? I get my Dreamcast out regularly, Chris.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course.
Okay, well, you just referenced Space Channel 5. That was a Dreamcast game, right?
Yeah, it recently was announced that it's getting a feature film, which by the time this podcast comes out, it still won't exist. And 5 years later, it also will not exist then.
I agree with you. Yeah, that was the first thing that I thought when I saw that news.
Space Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Don't that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Space Michael. We're off and roaming again. What's the name of the world map music?
The adventure begins, adventurous journey.
Adventurous Journey,
another
ding
journey.
noise. Yeah, that's what it is. We're doing that again, heading back to our headquarters.
At the abandoned vampire castle in the dead town where we've set up a base for some reason.
It's our only option, Eric. These are desperate times.
Would you rather live in a vampire castle or a place where there's always a dead dragon in the basement?
Ooh, the latter.
You want that dead dragon shit?
Does that mean I have to live at the middle of a lake, though?
Yeah.
I'll take
You don't swim very well, so that's
Vampire
not
Castle.
a great...
Yeah,
Okay.
give me the Vampire
Good.
Castle.
So I get there and I have no goddamn clue what music is playing. I spent 10 minutes going through the entire OST. I had hard softening theme, but you told me last episode it's not actually that, it's something else.
I looked at your soundtrack, so I noticed something interesting. The term heart softening on the Zophar's domain translation versus the one that I have, which is relaxation, those are always interchangeable. So there is it's not heart softening theme that you have, it's called heart softening time.
Oh,
and on mine, it's called relaxation time.
That's right.
And it's a variation of that. Remember how the Glorious Island Fortress, the Fuck House, had...
Yeah. It got 2 different tracks.
Yeah,
One
two
after another.
2 different tracks. This is the same situation in this game. So
Right.
we'll get another track on this later, too.
I get lost in this place as I try to look for literally anybody. Did
Yeah.
it get bigger? What's happening? Soon I find Victor, Flick, and the other dipshits right where I left them in the big hall.
Mm-hmm.
Victor asks how it went. Apple tells Victor that Shu promised to help us and that he should be here soon. But Victor remains skeptical. He says, I guess the rest is up to the strategist of yours, but can we really trust him? He was banished after all.
Did he refer to him as like that strategist?
I think so. Like that strategist.
Yeah. That's how I read it too.
Shu's portrait appears out of nowhere, and he says, if you don't trust me, perhaps you should leave.
Dork.
Idiot. And Victor and Flick don't know about the coin deception in the muck, right?
No.
Okay.
All they're seeing here is a student of Matthew.
I don't know, man.
That's their context.
If you hire somebody at your job and you know some shit about them, you better tell your coworkers the bad shit immediately so they can treat them with disrespect.
Yeah, it's true.
Make them earn. Make the workplace toxic for everybody.
The camera pans upward, and Shu walks in, and tactics.
Hell yeah, it's
begins to
tactics.
play. I love tactics. This song is used a lot in this game, and it's always well placed.
Yeah.
Apple says, Shu. That was fast. Shu, a loser, says, there's much to do. I pushed my horses hard. I went through 3 steeds on the way here.
Does that mean they're dead?
Did he ride 3 horses to death?
Yeah, did he kill them to get to work?
Yes, that's what kind of psychopath we're dealing with here.
Okay.
I have an important question about riding 3 horses to death.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a war crime? Does it have the vibe? Because he had to have stolen these horses from innocent people. He didn't just have 3
horses. He used
horses.
his wealth to purchase them. Now, did he steal the wealth? That is a question, and that also may be a war crime depending on what he did. But I don't think if we don't have specifics. So I don't think that running horses to death, like there is no way that beating up animals is a war crime. Like that shit happens all the time in wars.
But what if it's civilian property?
I mean, good God, have the United States soldiers been punished for any of the goddamn shit that we've murdered weddings for no reason? Okay. It is. Let's go with it is, because I've thought about it now, but I also want to retroactively enforce a war crime.
Okay.
Do we know about Grandmeyer's head on a stick yet? Like on a post? Has that happened?
Oh, yeah, that has happened.
That's probably a war crime. Cutting off your enemy mayor's head and posting it up for the townsfolk, I think that's a war crime.
It has the vibe, at least.
But is it only a war crime if we've done it? Like, are we observing the war crimes of Luca Blight?
It depends on who you're inflicting it upon. Like, so Luca Blight, in this case, is committing a war crime against this nation.
Okay, so we're double. We have 2 war crimes advanced.
To add? Okay, I'll press the button.
The Suikoden 2 war crime.
5.
That's a long sound effect, Eric.
Hell yeah.
How's it feel to sit there in silence?
Pretty good. It's not as long as the last one.
Yeah. The
time. We have 2. Hit it again.
We have to count twice.
We're counting 2 fucking war
we can count 2.
I'm putting it in if you don't put it in right now.
The Suikoden 2 war crime.
6.
All right, well, I'm glad we got that taken care of.
Hey, you, big guy, are you Victor? Victor confirms his identity. And then Shu gets right in his fucking face and says, listen up, follow my orders and do as I say, and we can defeat the Highland Army. Don't believe in me, and you'll be the loser. Is this some like the wolf shit from Pulp Fiction? When Harvey Keitel comes in and tells him exactly what the fuck to do to clean up the mess? To clean up Marvin?
I think it is. And I don't think this is Shu like trying to do this for a purpose in order to like command the respect of his troops. He's just doing it just because he fucking is this guy.
Okay.
And he also just killed 3 horses.
Also, it's going to work.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's also true. I mean, look at Victor.
Don't believe in me and you'll be the loser. If you want to win, don't question me again. If you can't do that, I'll consider you an obstacle that needs to be removed. This line could have used some massaging in the localization, but it got the point across.
Yes.
Victor faces everyone who's still alive and who he cares about and spits dots. Shu then moves up and stares down Flick from across the room. Hey, Blue Boy. You're Flick, right? How many soldiers do we have? Flick isn't having this shit, and he says, careful what you call me. But if we add up the former Muse and South Window soldiers, plus the women, children, and elderly volunteers, we've got about 2,000.
Oh, is that a war crime? They're conscripting elderly and children.
Well, I think Flick isn't necessarily conscripting them. He's just doing a head count. Now, this may change in about 3 minutes.
If he's including them in the head count, then...
Well, Flick is just telling them who he has. Give me a second and we'll evaluate if it's a war crime.
Okay.
That and this rickety old castle. The Highland Army, on the other hand, has increased its size to 20,000 with the addition of South Window's troops. Shu takes that all in and has a plan. Says, if I recall, this castle played a key role in a counterstrike when the Scarlet Moon Empire invaded. 2,000 soldiers may be enough. Dude, Flick didn't say soldiers, he was just inventorying bodies.
Yes.
Now that Shu has labeled them as soldiers, I don't know what the medieval conscription laws are. I was always led to believe women and children and the elderly and sick are not necessarily fit for battle. But I think when times are tough like this...
I think it is forceful, like, conscription. So
Is that a war crime? Is forceful conscription... Do we have to do this in post? Is Fake not going to figure out if forceful conscription is a war crime?
I mean, I guess conscription is forceful by nature, so... Is conscription a war crime?
I don't know.
It's the question to ask the Fake Net, right?
Okay, sure. Okay. Fake Net, is conscription a war crime?
Initializing fake net.
According to the Human International Law Database, conscription is only a war crime when it's done by the enemy power. In this case of Suikoden 2, where Shu wants to conscript fucked up old people and children, it is not a war crime.
It's probably not.
Yeah, I don't
probably
think so
didn't
either.
happen.
No.
Shu paces around and says they may be 20,000 strong, but they'll have to leave folks behind to man garrisons. In reality, they only have 10,000 soldiers to move as they please. Furthermore, a third of them are former South Window soldiers. Under the right conditions, we should be able to get them to join our side. If we could do that, we'd have a force of 5,000 compared to their 7,000. We have a good chance to win. Victor's like, well, I'm actually impressed, but he also wants to know what the actual plan is, just like me, Eric.
Yes.
Shu says he's freed here, then says his name without the Y. A sign of disrespect.
Shu's got a ruse. This is Shu's first ruse.
Does he have multiple ruses? Is Shu just like a practical joker in the war crimes scene?
Well, no, I mean a ruse in terms of like you're a military strategist. Your ruses that you come up with, those are your like special moves. Like these are your special plans that are going to succeed, and only you, high caliber strategist, can summon these things because you learn them from Matthew.
Maybe Shu doesn't necessarily have the Matthew brain, but he does have like an ability to read people and know what he can get out of them. Like he sees Freed and he's like, "All right, you're a fucking asshole. I've got an idea for you."
Yeah, that's exactly right.
He tells Freed to infiltrate the Highland army and spread the rumor that all South Window soldiers will be executed when the war is over. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What a plan.
Yeah.
Is that going to work?
It's a ruse. Everyone else will stay here and protect the castle.
Yeah.
Victor says, what then? No reinforcements are coming, and I don't think Freed's rumor alone will get the South Windowers to change sides.
Can you imagine putting all of your faith in Freed? And Freed, why?
It's the only choice you've got. Shu says the enemy will undoubtedly try to surround the castle. He says that we will have a small unit work its way around the enemy and attack Solanji's unit from the rear. By the way, I think it's kind of effective that we've had to face this guy, Solanji, like 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
Like it's the game not recycling something, but building a rivalry in between there. Even though that, like, he's not a major character, but it's nice to see the same face coming back.
We're also
for the
still
story.
in like, the tutorial phase of these battles too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If we attack their general, the troops will be shaken. We should be able to get the South Windowers to change sides. And I was like, it's the Windowers. That's what they're called.
Yes, and Shu is here citing Romance of the Three Kingdoms mechanics.
Oh, okay.
Where if you take out the general, the troops' morale lowers. So challenge them to a duel.
A few Sega Saturn games I did not own.
Oh, well.
Flick asks a very important question, pointing out that this is a peninsula.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to sneak in behind someone's troops on a peninsula?
Yeah, I say that every time I go to Florida. Like, wait a minute. This
are we
is
going to
a
sneak in troops?
Fucking peninsula?
Fucking jungle?
How are we going to sneak around here?
I drove south for 6 hours and haven't seen water yet. She replies, there's a mower outside of Chris's window.
Yeah.
She replies, the Highland army has only been in land battles. They have no experience on water. For Solanji, water is just an obstacle. But we're going to use the lake to our advantage. We should be able to borrow some ships from the neighboring village. Do we ever do this? Is water even a factor in this fucking battle that's coming up?
Only in the sense that we're going to use the lake to get Rio around. To the back.
I see. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sai, who I forgot existed, says, you've taken care of everything.
It's funny because I wrote Sai, a character in this video game.
Yes. Like, if you'd asked me before this happened, was he in Suikoden 1 or this one, I'd be like, I don't know. Probably the first one.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to win. Bolgan is also excited that we're going to win.
Yep.
Then he and Pilika take turns jumping up and down, their favorite activity.
Mm-hmm.
Victor's bought in too for some reason. Okay, I'll take a chance on. Is this like a group powwow, like jumping around, like getting hyped up, like we're going to do this?
Yeah.
Like positive thinking?
Yeah, Shu has given them the confidence that they need to win.
That's his the master strategist always knows.
Yes.
Flick asks who's going to attack Solanji's unit, assuming it'll be him or Victor, because they're both the badasses, right?
They're the leaders.
Shu says he wants Rio, me, to do it, and we get a choice. I really don't think so, or, okay, what'd you pick?
It's great because Shu is ready to change the main character of the game here with the ceremony. He's recognized that Rio has the mandate of heaven. You know, he's the one bestowed of the true rune. Surely we've heard tales of the Soul Eater and Tyr McDowell. Like, Shu knows what's happening here. He's reading destiny.
He's a rallying point.
Yes. He probably knows he was born under the Tenkai star. He steps up to Rio. He says, Rio, I'd like you to do it. And what do we say? I say, okay.
I said, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is a game, right? Shu says the key to defeating Luca Blight is literally in your hand. We're counting on you. Well,
on his hand, maybe?
Literally in your power with, I mean,
his like rune tattoo, right?
Yeah. Well, everyone get to work. Freed, I'll help you to figure out what to say to the South Window soldiers.
So he's going to give Freed a script because he doesn't trust Freed to come up with it. He just knows Freed has like the dumbass charisma.
Yes, Shu is,
get it done.
Shu is writing a script right now, like for the history books, but he's also taking a time out to write an additional script for one of the subplots of his book.
A subscript.
Yes. He's going deep.
Freed is amped. He says, for the memory of Grandmire, for the people of South Window, I'll fight with all my power.
Great.
Honestly, I've had Freed in my party for a lot of this game now. He's not bad.
He's fine.
Right. He's got a good combo attack with his wife, who we'll get maybe this episode. Shu tells Victor Flick inside to protect the castle, then tells Apple to pick 300 soldiers from a 2,000-person army, and that's going to be Rio's unit. Victor says this time, I'd like to win.
It is true because he has not won a battle yet.
No, Victor keeps getting his ass kicked. As much as we love him, he is a born loser. Same with Flick, who says, don't mess up. Big words for my guy Flick, the blue blur, or whatever the shit. Sai says, well, there's no time. If we lose this battle, there won't be any more.
Scramble.
Jesus. Everyone get prepared. There won't be any more what? More time or more battles? What are you going to run out of first? What do you fear? Time or battles?
I think I fear time more than I fear battles.
Everyone scrambles as it all fades to black. Next day.
Yeah.
Heart softening relaxation theme.
Time.
Yep,
Not theme. Time. Yeah.
Nanami wakes Rio up, apologizes, but says, yo, you slept late. You must have been very tired. A lot has happened to you. Nanami then turns her back to Rio and faces the wall, just like me when I wake up. She says, why has this happened? Why do you have to do everything? I'm not sure I trust this Shu, but I guess I have no choice but to fight now. It'll be okay. I'll be here to protect you. Let's go. It's almost time. Time to fight again. And do you hear the resignation in her voice where it's like, shit, dude.
Yeah.
We have to do this again. Like I don't know. Have you ever like walked through a forest to a great distance and you're worn out and you reach the destination, then you're like, fuck, man, I got to walk back.
Yeah. What she's saying here is what was the start of all this. Is what she's saying. Like, well, how do we get into this shit?
This is a continuation of when she was waiting for Zhao and was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's get out of this.
Yeah.
We party up and I save my video game on a memory card. I go back to that hall. Everyone's here. Idly asks Rio if he slept well and then politely informs him the next battle is riding on him.
Damn.
You know, like someone head checks you, you're like, you good? Are you good? Can you do this?
A generic man comes in.
Yeah, generic
soldier.
man.
Yeah, says the Highland army has arrived and is trying to surround the castle. Shu asks if everyone is ready, and I agree. I say, don't worry, I'm ready. Shu tells us to begin the operation. The circus family surrounds me and Palika hops around. Everyone wishes Rio good luck here.
Major battle. Music, what the hell is this? It's not on Zofar or the shit Chris gave me. But eventually I find it on YouTube as War Battle Thing number 2, Battlefield Without Light.
Oh.
It has vocals. Do you know what this is? Did you hear this before? Is this anywhere?
I heard this in my video game.
Okay.
Yes.
When you looked it up, if you looked it up, what did you find?
I could not find it.
Okay. I found it, Chris. It opens.
I wrote War BGM 2 question mark, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, what the... I think we talked about this before, but at a certain point, you just throw your hands up and you're like, I don't know what this is. Maybe Chris will figure it out. I got this one, man. It opens with Solange saying, good. They're just rats in a trap. That's not the lyric, Billy. Crush them. Don't let anyone escape.
And our battlefield is the peninsula, the previously described peninsula.
Yeah. So that actually, I guess, has a practical purpose when arranging troops on a turn-based strategy. Is that what this is?
Yeah.
TBS. All right. Colgan objects, but our forces are spread too thin. Like when you fuck up and don't put enough butter on the sandwich.
Yeah, I forgot about Colgan.
Our flanks are too exposed. Just a rat in a cage, right, Colgan? Solange tells Colgan to shove it up his ass. Exposed. The only thing our flanks are exposed to are the open fields.
Also,
South Window.
Also, Mukumuku's entire extended family lives down here.
Just out here. Don't worry, just get them. Seed, though, is into it. This will be fun. That old coward from South Window gave up without a fight, and now he's getting bored.
He just wants to beat up Freed Y.
Yes.
That's all he wants to do.
Well, yeah, he took out Grandmire, and he enjoys cutting off heads. But like, this is classic villain overconfidence happening right here. Victor chimes in, saying that we need to keep the enemy busy until Rio can sneak in behind them. The battle starts proper, and the AI does all of this stuff for me, thank God.
Yeah. You're not in charge yet.
Shu pops in, says I only have one unit and one goal. Solange's head unit, you can ignore everything else. It says, let's go team fake nuts.
Could you go fake nuts. Fran's army. I did notice one thing here that like in our army, in our units, one of them's Gilbert. Remember him?
Yeah, good, great, Gilbert.
He's here.
Glad he's here. I used the expendable unit they gave me of 300 men to directly attack Solange.
Yes.
Despite it being guys on foot versus dudes on horses, it seems to go well.
Yeah.
As Solange says, what the hell? Someone tells the enemy attacked his flank and he wonders where the hell they came from. G is told he is surrounded. Then he says, don't be such a coward. Go back to the front of the line. I'll take care of this thorn in our behind. At some point, I get the unit of 300 guys killed.
Oh, yeah. Because you got 2 units down there, right?
Yeah. Then former states comes up.
All right, these are the South Windowers who are noticing shit. Freed Y chimes in and says that Rio is attacking Solange's personal unit. That's a brave young man.
I don't know. That's a brave young man is a good way to rally the troops, Chris.
Again, we're very invested in the concept of powerful generals create powerful morale.
With a PG rating.
With the PG rating.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Freed lays it on thicker. Lord Rio, he's a man that could lead us to victory.
He's a boy.
It's our chance to fight back. Yeah, we shift between, we're boys to men all the time. It's our chance to fight back. It's a time to pay them back for what they did to Lord Grandmire, for the honor of South Window. And we're assuming that Grandmire was a popular mayor or king or whatever. They're like,
It seems like it.
if they executed like half the mayors in this country, it'd be like, yeah, whatever. Just gonna
Yeah.
it's fine. I don't give a shit.
Then the former states start doing it on the battlefield. They
Hell
start,
yeah. They start Gilberting.
start Gilberting out in the battlefield, yes. The battle continues. I think this would actually be pretty hard if you really did have to win this battle.
Yeah, but so far, like, our thing is to turn this tide of whoever's like joined the army to help fight
Yeah.
our army.
Yeah.
She tells me my work is done for the time being and that I need to get back. But so like, I'm still fighting, but the battle seems to automate itself and my 300-man unit is dead. And I'm just moving back and forth because she told me to get back and I don't want to get killed myself because
Yes.
this is a video game I can't save my progress in.
It's rough.
Will anyone mourn my 300 soldiers, Chris? Will there be graves out in the back of the... I can't say the name of the castle yet.
There is a graveyard,
Okay,
which I've got documented, so maybe.
great. Soon a voice tells Solange that it's no good.
It's no good.
No good.
They'll be surrounded. G replies, I know that, you fool. Retreat. Full retreat. They beam out of there.
Gary in the YouTube comments the other day said, more like so long, G.
Oh, shit, man. How come that didn't occur to us until this exact moment when someone else said it?
It's rough out there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad for the pun police.
Victory music.
Everyone celebrates.
Yes, we did it. We won. So we didn't have hardly any control of that battle, by the way.
Right,
that
just like I like it.
That was, yeah, that was just advancing the story, and it was pretty effective for what it did.
And it was less annoying than the last one when Gilbert kept getting his ass and his men killed in front of him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Then we have a whole lot of motherfucking sprites on the screen.
There's a shitload of crowd noise on
Yeah.
top of the heart relaxing time.
Yes,
Eh.
time.
All the regular ass troops are hooting and hollering, and I'm like, what? Oh shit, it's for me. Like, I didn't expect this to be for me, even though I'm the protagonist of this reality.
Yeah.
Chris, have you ever walked into a surprise party?
Oh, God, no.
Oh.
My own, even my own.
Yes. So,
No.
like, for you that you didn't know about.
I'm pretty sure everybody that knows me would know that I would not want that done.
That's precisely why you do it to someone.
Well,
I also would not have done. If you ever catch wind of that, you tell me. And if I ever catch wind of yours, I'll tell you.
I think we already had this pack on this podcast, like season 1.
Who the fuck? Eiley comes out to congratulate us.
Yeah.
Would you have picked anyone else, or do you like Eiley?
Would I have picked anybody else?
Yeah, like who do you want in our assemblage of soldiers? Like, is she a suitable congratulations person?
Oh, no, I think not. Yeah, she's there because we're slowly getting that nudge that she's got a little thing for Rio.
Yeah.
So she's always getting nudged in that direction. So she would be naturally excited and try to be the first one to greet him.
To touch Rio's nudge.
Yes, for that moment.
The rest of the carnies also celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sai tells me everyone else, and by that he means that the important people are waiting in the Great Hall.
Yes.
We party up and an auto walks me in.
Flick tells Rio that he's fucking famous.
That's right.
All of a sudden, you're everyone's hero. Victor laughs and says, well, he should be. This is the young man who defeated the Highland Army. Is Victor passing the torch, Eric?
I think so.
He's about to. Eiley says that everyone is calling Rio the herald of victory.
Need to work. Try again.
Yes. Shu says that we managed to win this battle, but we've already lost Lady Annabelle, and Muse has fallen under the control of Highland. The state is in shambles, and the survivors are in danger of being destroyed one at a time. Furthermore, sooner or later, Luca Blight's main unit, the White Wolf Guard, will attack us here in North Window. Do we know it was called that?
WWG?
Yeah.
No, not until right now.
Sounds like a Witcher thing.
That's right.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
In our present condition, we wouldn't be able to defend against such an attack. We need to gather more power here.
So I know that Shu's plan is to make Rio into more than a man, into a symbol.
Yeah?
Right? But like, he's telling me about all this shit that happened before I was the Herald of Victory. Shit that I don't care about because it was not under my control.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the Herald of Victory is here, I don't gotta be reminded that Muse already fell, that Annabelle is dead, that we burned down Victor's other house.
Yeah.
All this matters to me. The Herald of Victory?
Herald of Victory. Herald of Victory.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay, that's me, the Herald of Victory.
Yeah. Okay, Herald.
Shu is an asshole, but I like him as like a functioning character in this game, a
Yeah.
character that gets to exist.
Yeah.
Like, I disrespect him. I would try to knife him if I met him on the street, but I appreciate that he's a functioning clockwork piece in this game.
Yeah.
Flick gets in. He says, you're talking about making this castle into our headquarters so we can fight the Highland Army? And Shu replies, exactly. We've got to get a good tool for collecting people. It's this great old castle. Chris, what are old castles if not great tools for collecting people? We have experience.
Yeah, we've done this before.
But now we need someone to focus all that power, someone to bring us all together. We need a leader. Victor asks Shu if he's going to be that leader.
Please be the main character.
Shu defers.
No.
I can't do it.
No good.
I'm a military genius, but I'm no good at leading people.
Had all three of them there. No, I can't do it, and no good.
No. Does he say anything else when he's trying to aim the missile at the shadow? Can I, Self, figure that out. Add some more. See if there's anything else.
It's no good. I can't shoot. I'm out of missiles. Damn. No missiles.
Flick asks if we're going to appeal to the remaining mayors. I guess to like conscript them to being like, yo, you want to be king of a castle?
Yeah.
But then relax, castle music plays.
Yeah.
And Shu dramatically says it's Rio, you fools.
There is a person here that should be our leader. The player, the gamer knows where this is going, but no one else on the fucking screen understands what's about to
I'm
happen.
disappointed in Victor and Flick for not realizing this
Yes,
shit
because they've been in this situation
Yeah.
before. Victor was present.
So was Apple. Lord Rio, you are the one who should become the leader of the new state army. We need you to show us the way to victory. Nanami can't believe it, then gets in Shu's face. Wait a minute here, why? Why him? And I think she's still like,
Yeah.
we can still get out of this.
Yeah.
We can just, I'll get some cigarettes in the middle of the night. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Is she the last one to be like? Is she, I mean, is this her last attempt? Like, does she know this is the finish line? If she doesn't get him out here, then he's
The
stuck.
disillusionment will be complete?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. It feels like that, like a desperate attempt, like the last attempt.
That's not right. Can you explain why?
Victor asks if it's the name Genkaku. Leona, who's here, wonders if he means that Genkaku.
I imagine Leona like spitting out her drink, being like, Genkaku.
Yeah. Shu steps forward, Nanami and Rio step backward.
Yeah.
You are the son of the hero Genkaku, who was driven from the city-state 30 years ago. In your hand, you possess the same bright shield rune that Genkaku did. You are Lord Rio, who defeated General Solon Ji of Highland. Many people look to you for hope, but more than all that, I've seen the brilliance in you. The kind of brilliance that this age needs. You must lead the state army.
So if the bright shield rune was on Genkaku, who the shit has Joey's rune?
Who had it originally?
Yeah, or like before Joey.
The angel of the other wing in this relationship, right? Whoever Genkaku's Joey is.
I mean, I think we learned who that person is.
Yeah.
I don't think they have it. Like, do you think this is like an unaddressed problem with this game? Because I haven't looked it up. I have no idea if it's ever assigned to somebody, but I don't. Like, if that isn't assigned to someone, is that like, does that fuck with you?
I think there are enough context clues that it is.
Okay.
Like, I think back when, if we were to reference the scene back in the cave when they first got them,
Yeah.
then I think there's some clues
Okay.
there.
We'll revisit that later, possibly. And you can pick after they give you that hard sell. Me, a leader, or I don't think that. Chris, I question me as a leader.
Yeah, me too.
Nanami tells me I should give it some more thought and we get a choice. But Luca Blight, or you say my power, but what'd you pick?
But Luca Blight.
I picked the first one too. Nanami asks if there's some reason Rio must do it, as it seems very dangerous. Nanami's making a push here for reconsider this, dude. But if I can help out, or that power is our next choice. I ask about power. Nanami, who will not shut the fuck up about anything, protests again. And Victor walks over and says, we can't expect Rio to make a decision now. He needs some time. But there's something else I want to talk to Rio about, something that Annabelle didn't have time to tell him.
What Victor is saying right here is that he and Rio both need a theme of a moonlit night.
Yes.
They need to have one of those
A
conversations.
decompression theme.
Yes.
Shu no-sells all that shit and tells me to take time and think about it. Victor tells us to come to the tavern later and he'll tell us about Genkaku. Fade to black, please God, give me a save point.
Isn't it kind of fucked that we have been very interested in the nature of like what's Genkaku's story, and we thought that we lost it when Annabelle was killed, and now just Victor just knew the story the whole time.
But also doesn't tell us immediately, so
Yeah.
we're not entirely sure if we're getting reeled in again.
Yeah.
But also, did Victor ever hear the name Genkaku, or was he always separated for that information? Because it seemed to surprise Leona, right?
Yeah.
Like
it's true.
I can't trace like the Victor path and the someone talked about Genkaku path.
Yeah.
See if they ever aligned.
Yeah, that is true.
Then we're in our room.
Yeah, crickets.
Yeah.
Me and my crickets.
Nanami asks what I'm going to do. She asks if I really want all that power. She then asks if I want to go down to the tavern or call it a night.
Doth thou seek the power?
Steam has told me that Chris has launched binary domain in Steam about 20 times in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was working with my settings.
Let's go see Victor. I find Victor drinking alone, mug to mouth, by himself at a table in the bar area. Also, this HQ now has a fully stocked bar. I guess Leona set up shop.
Yeah, she's here.
Victor slams that drink down and says, "You're here. Good. Ha. Don't just stand there. Come on in. Oh, I guess you still can't drink, eh?" I kind of wanted him to like slip us like a little vodka bottle here.
Yeah.
One of those airplane bottles that alcoholics always pocket through department stores. Nanami says exactly what is necessary, which is that we came here to hear about Grandpa Genkaku. This fucking game. Victor kicks the can down the road and wonders what the rush is, as it's a long story and not a very happy one either.
Yeah.
Victor asks me if I still want to hear about it, and we get a choice. I still want to hear it or forget about it.
Still want to hear it.
You can actually pick forget about it, and that's hilarious, and he won't tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Victor takes a sip and begins the story. Just before this war started, fighting between Highland and the state was pretty much limited to minor border skirmishes. But it was about 30 years ago, Highland and the state fought a great war against each other. It goes black. Folklore plays.
I've got old story.
Yes, I think this was we.
Folklore is what you and I play, the video game.
Yes, of course. Old story works here too. There are a lot of different stories about what happened, but it looks like the state started the war. Annabelle's father, Mayor Daryl
Fucking Mayor Daryl, dude.
of Muse, led the Daryl and Herald of Victory. Daryl of Muse led the state, and the famous Han Cunningham led the Highland Army.
One of my old roommates just had a shirt that said Daryl on it, and it was the funniest. I don't like. Where'd you get that? I don't know. Goodwill. Okay.
Then we get some sepia-toned imagery
Hell yeah.
of some soldiers fighting in the woods. It looks like the Highland Army sprites are winning this battle.
Yeah, but there's a lot of dead, fallen, and wounded.
Yeah, these scenes are very full. Like
Yeah.
they really use them to communicate a lot in just like a single still pixel arrangement. Victor says Daryl was an
Daryl.
Daryl.
Fake Ned, chop off the D from can't do it and put it in front of Meryl so he says Daryl.
Initializing fake net.
It's a waste of both my time and talent, but sure. Let's pretend I don't have a choice.
Wow. Victor says Daryl was an amateur when it came to war, and before long he had lost half of Muse and the Matilda domain. Fades back to black. Victor says that's when a hero appeared, your adopted father, Genkaku. Genkaku got command of a unit and raided Highland's supply tent. This slowed Highland long enough for the state to recover.
He says our adopted father. Isn't Genkaku like our? Doesn't she call him Grandpa?
Yeah, we call him Grandpa, but like,
My father? You mean my grandpa?
I don't know. I think they're only calling him Grandpa because of his age, because he was much older, but he was essentially their father.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's not a generation in between them.
It's like when you go over to a kid's house when you're 7, he says, why do you live with your grandpa? And it's just because his dad's fucking old.
Yeah.
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 Sure. Then we get another sepia-toned image of two armored dudes sharing some sake and laughing.
Yeah, they're sitting down on that same battlefield that people were just dying
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that's a good point. Their armies are standing still. Victor says the war went back and forth. Genkaku and Han were from the same village, and it looks like they were good friends.
So their sprites sip their drinks and laugh, and I think it's much more accurate that you thought they were sipping sake, because they probably were, because you know much more about Japanese or Chinese. I'm fucking up whatever Asian culture I'm referring to now.
Well, it's a Japanese video game, but it was based on it's kind of lives in Chinese kind of dynasty.
But
stuff.
you said sake. I just put they're drinking Sprite at a picnic. Like,
same thing.
That's not it.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I'm an idiot.
Anyway,
Sometimes they would drink together leisurely right in the middle of both camps, and in doing so, they both realized what a stupid and pointless war it was. And I think shit like that actually happened. Like, weren't there reports of people playing soccer on World War I fronts and shit like that? Like, was that apocryphal or did that actually happen?
I have no idea.
Fake net, did that actually happen?
Initializing fake net.
The majority of the famous 1914 Christmas Day football matches, it appears, were either third-hand accounts based upon rumors or games that never happened. There were a few isolated instances where soldiers did report playing football themselves, but in fact the number of British and German soldiers that played football against their enemies were very small, possibly a few hundred at most out of the 100,000 soldiers who took part in the truce. Everything is bullshit.
Black screen.
Yeah, and so Genkaku and Han worked together to make a peace treaty. The citizens of both countries were overjoyed, all except for one man, the mayor of Muse City.
Daryl.
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 The camera pans up to the meeting room on the Joustin Hill conference
Yeah,
area.
the Hilltop Conference.
Yeah. A bunch of dudes are sitting here.
They fish shake.
Yeah. Doing some rabble-rousing. There was one border city, your hometown, Kiaru. that Daryl refused to give over to Highland, and so negotiations broke down and the war began anew.
Do we get a reason why he refused to forfeit Kiaro, or is it just like a power move type thing?
I bet it's just a political power move kind of thing, like this annexation type deal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Black screen.
More lore from Victor. That's when the King of Highland, Agaris Blight, made a suggestion. The war should be decided by a duel between both champions. Daryl agreed to the idea, as did Han and Genkaku, who only wished that the war would finally come to an end.
Now we're at the top of the hilltop.
Somewhere that looks important, right?
It's a bunch of townfolk who are behind a stone monument. On the other side are a kneeling Genkaku and Han, both facing what I assume are their kings or mayors or whatever shit they're elected or got appointed. They're then presented with weapons. The time came for the duel to begin. King Agaris gave his sword to Han, and Daryl gave his sword to Genkaku. This signaled that each champion was fighting as a representative of their own country. New scene, same place. Han has his sword raised and pointed like Mitsurugi. Genkaku his sword's not drawn though.
His eyes are kind of looking downward too, it seems.
But something happened. Genkaku never once even raised his sword. Daryl ordered him to fight over and over, but he refused. Time passed and the people got angry and the contest was spoiled. They blamed Genkaku. Same place. Genkaku's sword is now on the ground and Han's blade is at Genkaku's throat. With no other choice, Han knocked away Genkaku's blade and put his own sword to Genkaku's neck and declared victory.
The legend will never die.
Black screen. That's how your town of Kiaro came to be a Highland territory.
Then we get an image of a guy. Looks like Genkaku. He's leaving Muse.
Yeah.
To that same kind of entryway that we've spent some time at.
The Jowie runway.
Yes. Genkaku was called traitor and ordered into exile by Lord Daryl. He left without ever revealing his true reason for not fighting.
And he does that shit where he walks out, then takes one last look back, and then continues walking.
Yeah. It fades to black. Victor continues. Many years passed. Daryl left his job as mayor, and finally it was learned why Genkaku had refused to fight. Then we get black and white images of the duel moment.
Yeah, it's grayscale. We've gone from sepia to grayscale.
Yeah, when the swords are being passed over to the champion. Victor says Daryl had secretly coated the sword he gave to Genkaku with poison. I feel like I've seen the secretly poisoned sword in a duel fiction trope before.
But where?
But where?
But where? Shit. I wonder who they will ask.
Maybe it was just here.
I mean, I feel like I've witnessed poison-tipped daggers and shit like that before, but I couldn't cite one on this podcast, Retrograde Amnesia.
Black.
FakeNet, what's your favorite poison-tipped blade?
Initializing FakeNet.
It's a toss-up between From Russia with Love, June with its Gom Jabbar, and pretty much every Final Fantasy.
Genkaku was ruined whether he won or lost.
He was all over.
We're all over. If he lost, fine. If he won, Daryl was planning to expel him for his evil crime. Is it a war crime, Eric? No.
It's an evil crime.
Evil crime. It's different, I think. Genkaku detected the poison and couldn't bring himself to swing his sword. There's then an image of Ryo and Nanami training at the dojo as like little kids, I think.
Yeah.
And so Genkaku's name was finally cleared, but Genkaku would never again return to the city-state. As for what happened after that, well, you know about that.
There's always another mystery.
Yes.
I think that's the end of our Genkaku facts and like our growing up, because he's like, what happened after that? Well, you guys probably know. Or is that all the Genkaku lore that we receive? Like, do we figure out how Genkaku has that rune or anything? Or?
I think that entire scene is built in order to show you structure of the story. That were like the past informs the future. There's two guys on two separate sides of the armies, or two separate sides of the war, and one of them has the bright shield rune. So by deduction, we feel like the other guy has it, and they were in this fated conflict. But now are we going down those same paths?
But they were necessarily they were doing the bidding of their king and mayor. Like I don't know if Han knew that his sword was poison tipped, right? The Daryl was an asshole.
Maybe not informing the future, but it is creating the same structure of two friends on opposite sides. It feels like they're going to culminate at a point.
And we've already had our Sprite picnic.
Yes, we've already had it, and now we're going to see how it ends. It's just kind of like a little bit of a mirror.
We go back to the tavern, and the cricket noises return.
Back to crickets.
Nanami's got Z's. So she fell asleep during her grandpa's own story, which is hilarious. Victor continues, I guess it was more important to Genkaku to live happily with you two than it was to return to the state to clear his name. And after all that, well, you must be tired. Anyway, that's the kind of life your grandpa led. But Ryo, you're not Genkaku's son. You're a person named Ryo. Don't ever forget that. Oh, it's pretty late. You should carry Nanami to bed. You two are good kids. I think I sort of understand how Genkaku must have felt about you. Victor, the father figure.
It's over. We're all over. I would think right here, if Necklord wasn't still alive, I would think right here is where Victor's book closes in this game.
Oh, really?
That's what I would feel like,
Yeah.
but we know the Necklord thread is still
There's
out
more
there.
Lord of Necks out there.
Yes.
Next morning, Rio gets out of bed and Nanami says, "Good morning,"
Good morning.
and asks if Rio slept well as music Beautiful Morning plays. And we're off. We go to the Great Hall.
Yes, everyone is waiting for our response in the Great Hall. If you speak to the folks individually, they will each offer some very generic encouragement. Victor, though, reminds me that this is my decision and my decision alone. Then we speak with Shu to progress the story. He asks us to please tell him the answer.
If you think I can do it, or there's no way I can do it.
Well, of course, we want to be the protagonist of the game, so if you think I can do it, ... We agree with this shit, and tactics plays.
Tactical decision to lead an army.
Yes. Victor steps forth and thanks me. I'll lend you all my strength so that we can defeat that bastard Luca Blight. Flick says, please, Rio, we need your power. Everyone else is chiming in with various forms of hoopla. Saizen, Friedwise is going to fight for Rio and South Window, Lord Grandmire, and all the people who have suffered at Highland's hand. Shu steps forward. Lord Rio, with all of the power of the science I have learned at the feet of my master, I promise to help bring you victory. Apple says that she doesn't have much strength to give, but she'll give me all she's got.
Is her confidence shot?
Apple doesn't give herself enough credit. She's
Yeah.
Apple. Apple's great,
Yeah.
right? She's persevered. Victor suggested that we now should have a party. Eric, what happened last time Victor threw a party after a protagonist had been crowned?
Didn't someone come in and like a ninja show up?
Tyr McDowell was almost assassinated.
Yeah,
Victor,
okay.
don't throw parties.
No more parties.
Dr. Juan shows up. What the fuck?
Yeah. Who is here? He no-sells that and tells Rio he would like to congratulate Rio as well. Tuda's here. I forgot that we got Tuda.
Yeah. Tuda's a boy. Tuda's a boy.
Okay, Tuda leaps and the camera pans over to reveal that Juan just walked in the back door of our extremely not guarded fortress.
Yeah.
Tuda runs up to Han and jumps around. Glad that Han is okay. Flick asks Han how he survived Muse. Great question. Han says he was helped out by a kind soldier and finally made it here. Shu's amped.
Yeah.
Saying soldiers will be happy to hear that we have such a famous healer. Han's like, yeah, I'll give it my best shot. Then Han joins the group.
Freebie. We had to do no work for this. Would you like to hear more about Dr. Juan?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You don't sound so excited about that.
Man, I can't see his face when I close my eyes. Who is this guy?
Well, he
Tell
looks
me all
kind of like
about
Dr. Slight Nizuki.
Shit. Send him back.
Okay. Dr. Juan is the Chire star, the clever star. Han is, of course, the doctor in the headquarters. I don't know if you knew this. I don't know if that actually serves
Doctor Headquarters.
Dr. Headquarters.
Doctor Headquarters.
Look at his age during his investigations. In war battles, he is a support unit with the ability to heal a military unit. He has no wounded or no death quote, I guess. Don't know why. The investigations. Let's investigate him. His name is Juan. He's from Muse City. His position is the rear guard. He's age 34.
Shit.
Secret number 2. During a war, Juan's heal ability will even let you heal a unit that's far away. Use it wisely, though. Secret number 3. Dr. Juan did his medical training in the Tauran Republic. There was a guy there named Lucan the Healer who taught him everything he knows.
We know all about him. We busted him out of prison.
Yeah, we know that guy. Suggestion box. Health warning. Lord Rio, you've been looking tired lately. Please remember that your health comes first. Cook-off introduction. Dr. Juan believes that Chinese medicine and Chinese food are good for the body and soul. It's Dr. Juan. Anything else you'd like to know about Dr. Juan, Eric?
No, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
This is my first podcast as a 39-year-old, so I'm a little upset that he's only 34.
Oh,
Look what
okay.
he's accomplished. I've done shit.
Yeah, well,
Then we get to pick a castle name.
it's happening. This snuck up on me. I wasn't ready for this.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm always ready for this kind of event, Chris. Victor says North Window Castle is no good. Don't say kid.
I'm out of missiles.
Since North Window was the name of the village that no longer exists. Facts and logic, Chris. Fried and Ellie asked me to come up with a good name, and I do. But first, Chris, what'd you call it?
It took me a while to come up with something. I was doing this in public too, so it put me even more on the spot. So
You were naming a castle in public? How the hell did you do that?
I did it. I was streaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I
Right.
got to this part.
I thought you were like playing it on a bus.
No,
I mean, what are you doing?
no. on the internet, Eric. I named it I had the Franz Army, right? So I decided to name my castle Choo Choo Castle.
Choo Choo Castle.
Yeah.
Did that fit?
Yep.
You've only got an 8 Choo Choo
Choo Castle.
I thought it only gave me 8 character slots. I assumed it only would give me 8.
That's only 7.
Choo Choo Castle. Oh, I see. Castle isn't part of the name.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, last time in Suikoden 1, what did I call my castle in all capital letters?
You called it the Fuck House.
Yes, Fuckhaus. Well, Chris, I would like to welcome you to my new castle.
Yeah?
House Fuck.
Great.
Victor tells me House Fuck is a great name. Eiley says she likes it too. Rena mocks Eiley for liking anything Rio thought of. Fried's into it, and Bolgan screams, House Fuck, House Fuck. Apple's into it too, but only from obligation. Same with Flick, deferring to my leadership prowess. Victor no-sells it. It's like, tight, okay, let's choose a party. And what happens?
Oh, shit, dog. Like Not is here.
She beams in.
There's a lot happening. We're becoming the protagonist. We're naming our castle, and we have to deal with Leknot.
Who I don't trust. Long con.
What's the name of the song, Eric?
Everyone turns to face her after Victor unleashes a Wario like wah.
Wah! Yeah, I've got that too. What song you got?
Their star.
Yeah, it's called Distant Star in mine, but I will always refer to this song as the theme of touching.
Touching theme plays.
Yes.
Leknot speaks. I am called Leknot. I'm the keeper of the gate rune, the watcher of the great Balan wonderworld. I mean the Balan balance. Rio, inheritor of the bright shield rune, this cycle is complete. The stars of destiny are poised to gather once again. I give you the stone tablet of promise. The names that appear on it show your followers the source of your strength. Rather than do that, she beams in Luke.
Luke. No, Eric, that's not Luke.
Luck.
Fucking Luke.
Yes, fucking Luke. Thank you. Who tells us he is Lady Leknot's pupil. Introduces a stone tablet and says we should be grateful that the lady has given us this. I'll also favor you with my great presence. It's not what I choose, but Lady Leknot ordered it.
I have a question. Does Luke have the same tone as the fake net?
Like a kind of a bound obligation by a higher power.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. But I think Luke is more of a dick about it.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of still want to be friends with the fake net. Luke, I'm like, can you do something else?
Yeah.
We're going to learn about Luke. He joined the group.
Oh, Luke joined the group. Okay, here we go. Luke is the Tenken star, the star of idleness.
All right.
He's age 17.
Still?
No, he was like 14.
12
he was
last time.
Luke is the keeper of the Tablet of Stars, by the way, which is the stone tablet of promise. You can talk to him in the castle and directly check that thing. In combat, Eric, he has a weapon. It's called the Rod. The Wind Rod, the Gale Rod, or the Gust Rod.
Hit him with your rod.
Yes, he comes preloaded with the Wind Rune and the Pixie Rune. Both equipped. Got 2 slots. He can participate in the Pretty Boy attack, which is mistranslated as the Cutie Boy attack, with
Perfect.
2 other characters that we don't have yet. In war battles, he's a magic unit. He can use a skill called Wind Magic. His wound quote is I'm going on ahead, and his death quote is ... Investigation, age.
ASL.
Luke, age 17, from unknown, position magic unit captain. Secret number 2, that sorceress Leknot is the keeper of the gate rune, one of the 27 true runes. Secret number 3, Luke is pretty secretive about his past. I'm pretty sure something happened to him in the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia.
Holy Kingdom of Harmonia.
That's an entire plot line in another game. 10 years ago, he ran into some kind of trouble at the shrine. I don't know the details, but he told someone to keep his mouth shut about it. Remember when Mariyama said that instead of trying to invest a bunch of money in 3D tech, he wanted to invest in building the world of Suikoden?
Yeah.
And if you don't remember that, you can go back to the first episode of the Suikoden 1 series and
I'll check it out.
Probably hear me say that.
Yeah.
But that's what he's doing right here. He's creating some a sort of a mysterious backstory.
Lingering threads.
For a character that we've seen twice now, which I think is really cool. Suggestion box. He will send no letters. Cook-off introductions. He's a powerful sorcerer with a good face, but a bad personality. It's Leknot's pupil, Luke.
Whitehead.
Then Luke does all dots, like he responds to that. One of the few that do.
Is that all for Luke?
That's all for Luke.
Leknot once again fails to discipline Luke for his sanctimonious horse shit and continues.
Yeah.
These old eyes see the future dimly. Many strands of fate are woven around you, young man. Your friend, the inheritor of the Black Sword rune. I see him also. You both have hard roads ahead, so you must always look forward and proceed carefully. Rio. Like, not then beams out, and Luke actually says something pretty funny. So it's Victor and Flick. You're still alive? As the castle theme plays.
By the way, what the game just did right here, I think is really important. It put Jowie back to the front of the story.
It did.
We haven't really even mentioned Jowie in quite some time. But now there's a reminder of like, there's that thread is also part of this story.
It also let everyone, like all of Rio's peers, see his invisible friend.
Yeah, it's true.
His magic lady that blessed him with the secret powers, and like even gave us one of her disciples that like, Rio has this power to get this subordinate lackey dipshit.
Yeah.
Like, it's not much, but look, we didn't have that 5 minutes ago.
No.
Victor can't believe this shit, and Nanami asked if Luke is a friend of theirs. Flick sums it up with fair accuracy. Well, sort of. We once fought together.
Yeah.
Victor doesn't acknowledge Luke at all and says next time we'll have a real party, fade to black. See our next party next time on episode 17?
Yes. 38,
Great.
39.
39?
39.
17, you mean my 39?
Our longest season yet, most likely. Probably.
Maybe.
But let's definitely consult the RealNet.
Initializing RealNet.
Blackie Mars says that's not a war crime, that's capitalism.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. Probably in reference to the horses.
Yeah, no more horses.
Mr. Slack says Shu starting off hard with facts and logic.
I think you can always start with facts and logic, but you better pivot if you want to maintain your brand.
Matt Cat says conscripting child soldiers is definitely a war crime. Eric Verdon says this is Nanami, let's go. That's kind of the situation every time Nanami talks to us. She's like, let's go. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Duper says, I always felt that this victory felt too forced and not earned enough in terms of the large-scale battle.
Yeah.
That all we had to do is like attack 3 times and then it gave us victory. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't feel earned.
It wasn't as hard as the last one either.
Destiny is just blessing us.
Hashtag blessed.
Wonder Swan says, Chris, what is your mixer/interface? Is that Rode? Sorry if you've answered this before. I don't know if I've ever answered this before on the podcast. That is a Rodecaster Pro, right? Rodecaster Pro? Yeah, that's what it is.
It says Rode Procaster.
No, it's Rodecaster Pro.
Rode Procaster.
No, the microphone's
on the microphone.
The microphone is a Rode Procaster. That's a Rodecaster Pro. I'm not fucking joking.
Great. My father, you mean my Rodecaster. Thank you. Very helpful.
Rodecaster Pro, Rode Procaster.
Cloud Lifter.
Cloud Lifter also. That's our setup, actually. We just named everything.
JRPG proper noun bullshit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The model for these boom arms, Rode PSA 1.
Great.
Something
You know
like
what LG stands for?
Let's go.
Lucky Gold Star.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they used to make like cereal or something?
Gold Star used to be, Gold Star made your TV over there, I think. I don't know if there's a brand merger or what.
Wow. Okay, well, anyway.
Gold Star made a fucking 3DO.
Eric Vanon says, Daryl, you mean my other brother, Daryl. There's some sort of article that says how soccer brought a brief truce to World War I.
Sounds legit. Hopefully the fake net found the same article.
I didn't. I found an article at the New Republic by Terry Blom Clocker called The Myth of the Christmas Truce Soccer Match.
Duber points this out in terms of the Genkaku flashback stuff. One of the other points of this is to show how fucked the city-state can be. It's like we're not necessarily working for the good guys, you know, because the city-state was the one who
is torn apart.
Is torn apart and extended that war. Well, here's people trying to guess the name of your castle when you were about to name it.
Oh, okay.
Kal says, fuck window. Shy Guy 32 says, fuck house 2. Shy Guy 32 says, electric fuckaloo. Then
I would have done fuck house too if the character limit allowed it.
Yes, then Cal L. christens in all caps, bold italics, house fuck.
House fuck.
House fuck.
It was all capital letters
Yes,
as well.
yes.
As demanded by fate.
Eric Von Nine says, pictured house fuck, and post a picture of the Hell House. Thank you, RealNet, for joining us tonight. That was fun. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on September 2nd, 2022. Find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod. Email us podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/RetroAM. Thank you, Mark, for the introductory music.
You're welcome, Chris.
Eric, until next time.
Yes, we'll fuck in our house. I don't...
You're just going to have to leave it at that.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. I need to do some surgery.
Surgery.
Save games on your Saturn you know of? Excuse me, the Saturn that's in your possession.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have a Saturn.
Yeah. Like, have you saved anything on purpose?
No, I've
betting the battery doesn't work.
I've barely played it.
Good. I'm giving you a new save battery. This is
Okay.
going to last for 2 years.
Okay. Test your microphone, Eric, briefly.
Got the Cowabunga collection, right?
Yeah?
I never played Mutants in Manhattan, the third Ninja Turtles game on NES.
The Manhattan Project?
Yeah, that's it. No, Mutants in Manhattan is the fucking Muppets. I did that the other day. God damn it.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a great, diverse beat 'em up. Makes the first one look like shit.
It is really good. Yeah, it's great.
Like, it is incredible what they do at the NES on that one. And you go to Key West, Florida for some reason. Like, why the fuck? It's a great game.
Turtles
I
love
played
Key
through it all
West.
yesterday.
Great. Cool. I want to do that.
You've asked me to move the mic like a centimeter higher than I'm used to, and it's fucking like it fucked with me last time. I mean, I'm sure it's better audio experience, but this is like away from my default, and I'm trying to adjust to this new normal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Just trying to get rich, hot sounds.
Hello, Chris.
You want to do that?
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Kind of like Alec Baldwin in
Alec Baldwin in
the movie with Jack Lemmon where he's a piece of shit. Glengarry Glenn Ross. Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Well, okay. I'm glad you worked that out.
Al Pacino. Did I tell you about my surprise party? When I turned 13, I was playing Daytona USA and putting airplane models together in my room, and the doorbell rang. It's my friend Brian. My mom invited him over with two of my other friends to go to Kentucky Kingdom for a day, and I didn't know about it, and I'm sitting there putting plastic shit together in my room with Sega Saturn games. Fuck, man.
Damn.
You don't do that shit to people.
No. I need control of my destiny.
Sorry. Fuck.
I was taken from the battle, neither truly alive nor truly dead, an undying shadow in a world of light. But soon it will finally end.
Daryl says, oh no, Daryl's not here. No.
Daryl.
Victor says,
Shit, dude. Playtime's over.